I am the Girl Gardener and this is my cottage garden. I don't live in a cottage, it's just a cottage garden and it's 6 years in the making. And here's what's going on my indoor setup so far. This whole shelf here is for my cucumbers. So I've got crystal apple, I've got market more, which is just like a standard, kind of like the shop cucumbers, and I've got a crystal lemon here. And then I've got Beth Alpha, or Birth Alpha, I think it might be called, which is a similar to the shop bought cucumbers. And I pre-germinated them all like this, the way I'm pre-germinating these seeds for now. These, I think I'm going to have to move them out to the greenhouse. They're not on heat. These heat mats are not plugged in, so they're switched off. They're just growing on. And I'll have to keep some fleece on hand for the frosty nights. But overall, the weather's improving quite nicely. So I think I can move these out to the greenhouse now. These are lots of seeds that I've got germinating so far. I've done some more tomato seeds because so far I'm not doing very well with tomatoes. I don't know why. It must be something I'm doing. I've only got black cherry tomato and a couple of others that have germinated. But we've also got some melons, watermelons, courgettes, pumpkins, all of this going on. They've kind of like, you can see that's a butternut squash. It hasn't germinated just yet. These are melons. They're called Queen Anne's, and I think we've got some germination in there. You can just see some roots, but yeah, these will need room. That's why the cucumbers have got to go out. On the next shelf up, all the chilies and peppers. They're doing great. Really, really pleased with all of these. You can see, looking really, really good. And then on the next shelf up, these are the newbies. So these are the tomatoes I was telling you about. Black cherry tomato. I've ended up with 20 of those, and then 0 of everything else. That's why I was doing them again. These are, oops, sorry, hit the camera. These are my cucamelons. So they're very small right now. They do take a long time to get going. But if you're not sure what cucamelons are, they are basically about this big. They look like mini watermelons, but they're cucumbers, and they taste so nice. They have like a hint of lemon. And I grew them successfully one time, and then after that, never again. So we're trying them out this year. And then I've got some tomatoes, which did work out, but not quite. And they're just very, very small. Very, very small. What variety is this one? Roma. I'll keep you updated on how they go. But yeah, right now, I'm just going to move all of those cucumbers into the greenhouse. Yeah. What's up? What's up? Don't tell me that you're hungry because I fed you and you sniffed the food and walked off, and that was fresh pack. Okay. No one wants to. I don't want to see your butt. Right, so I've moved them all outside, and there's a reason why these ones are not as far along as these ones here for my cucumber plants, and that's because these ones we had really poor germination on, so I had to re-sow them. So they're a little bit behind, but they will catch up. And this is the horticultural fleece that I was talking about. I think they come in like 2 in a pack, or was it 3? And it's actually quite a big bag, and it's designed to just place it on top of plants that you've got outside. But I just use them like this. I just kind of gently place them over all of the seedlings if we have a really frosty night, and it's good for things that are more tender like your cucumbers. can see this crystal apple here hasn't done well. It's just shriveled up and died. So what I'll do is I'll pull that out and I'll take out one of the other plants and just kind of transplant it into there. So with some of them I planted up kind of like a few because they looked a little bit weak, and I thought, well, I'll put multiple ones in a pot, and if they don't work out then that's fine. So you can see here I've got 4 in a pot. I have a few there. That one's died. That one died, but there's 3 more there, and then I have 2 in this one, which is a crystal lemon. So I don't know why those, I think I only intended to pot one up, but I guess another one's come up, which is fine. They're looking so good. I'm really pleased with how they are coming along. So yeah, that one, I will just sort that out. I've brought the tomatoes in as well, the black cherry tomatoes, into the greenhouse. And my sweet peas, you know, honestly, they don't need to be in here anymore. Where I am in the UK, in Staffordshire, I can just plant these out. So that's the next job on the list. These were already out. I moved them out before, all the brassicas. Onions, which I need to do a lot more onions. Salads, coriander at the back, and then these are all the marigolds that I sowed. I sowed these indoors and kept them on heat, but now I've brought them out and they can carry on growing, and I hope that the slugs don't get them. Next job on the list is to get my potatoes planted out. So I've got 3 beds that I've dedicated for potatoes out of the 6 beds that we've got here. I've got my first earlies, which is Accord, and my second earlies, which is Maris Pia. So I'm going to plant 1 in this bed and 1 in the bed just off camera down there. I've got my fish blood bone. I found that since using some of that into each hole as I plant the potatoes gives a really good harvest. It feeds these potatoes really well, so I'm going to get started on that. I don't know if you can hear the noise in the background, neighbours mowing their lawn, so I'm just going to get on with this now. Just interrupting this program to show you just how amazing my camellia looks. Camellia! Camellia darling. The name always reminds me of some Victorian young woman. Camellia, do come for tea, darling. So beautiful. And it only flowers in spring. But it is evergreen, so it will stay green for the rest of the year. And then just behind it is the forsythia. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, forsythia, but that also only flowers in spring, and then it's green. Beautiful. I'm doing the Maris Pier now, and with the other ones there were 20 in the bag, so I've planted them all into the one planter. There's a lot more in this one, so what I'll do is I'll plant all of those into this bed, and then I'll put these ones into a grow bag. I've got sort of a bunch of cheap grow bags in the shed, so I'll do that, and then of course I'll just keep those and keep topping them up as they grow. Hey Garfield, you okay? I have 5% battery left. It's showing 3 now, so I've got to be really quick. I normally make my plant labels out of milk cartons, so I just wash the bottle and cut them up, but I decided to buy some of these ones from the pound shop just because they're a little bit bigger. That's all. So I'm just going to label the potatoes with these ones. We just had Storm Dave, they give it the name, Storm Dave last night, and I was actually very worried. It was pretty choppy and I was worried about the greenhouse, but it is in one piece, thankfully, and all of these pieces are together. A little bit of a mess, nothing too major thankfully. I know some places have had a lot of damage. The tarp has come off there again. I mean, that's no big deal. I can sort that out. Thankfully everything in the greenhouse has survived. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad everything is okay. And I hope that's the worst of it. It's still very breezy. But yeah, I haven't done anything else in the garden because of that. But yeah, hopefully I will see you on the next one. So until then, thanks for watching.